first, my name is Kenneth. I cleaned up the mess in which my cat's play area is at in the office. But anyway, my name is Kenneth. My company is ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Gain Technology Screens. And we are showing off some demonstrations on our ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Gain Quantum Black Star. As I said before, the products that we make become a huge threat to other screen paints out there because, again, as I said before, majority of the products that they're making, they're just lying. And the reason why we can make that statement is because I tested a lot of gray screens. I used to make gray screen paints, and they just do not work at all anymore. They used to work at one point, as I said before, but they just don't work anymore. They don't produce the highest contrast. Next to a white screen, they can't claim producing the highest white levels because that'd be a white screen's territory from the door. They don't produce proper color at all whatsoever. And I'm willing to challenge this. I'm really willing to go out and see exactly who wants to go against this black technology. And mine, this screen can absorb a ton of ambient light. Got it hooked up to the PC. I thought I showed some nice blue levels off of it. What it can do does not require high and expensive projectors. I think every demonstration I've seen on a gray and white screen requires these expensive 4K projectors just to get the image to try to pop. And again, dark environments, which we should have our lights on, to tell you the truth, honestly. Let me go grab my lights. So that will. There you go. That's what we can do. We can have our lights on. This is somewhere a gray screen would never ever be able to survive. Now, again, we find certain people that will come on YouTube and make false accusations, but they've already gotten themselves into enough trouble already. This is one of the last things they need, but got some people that are actually one person that's going to be doing a demonstration on our product. Going to be shipping it to them for free. And like I said, near the end, when we get done working on this rest of this paperwork for the new technology we're working on, we're going to send them out a 20 ounce of the container. Out of a container of 3 other people are going to have the same thing. And we're going to see where it goes from there. I can tell you one thing. If it doesn't pass it, it's going to go really bad. Extremely bad. So I've got some parties already involved. Law enforcement officers. And some other interesting people involved, just in case they're going to be watching all this, to make sure that he does exactly what he's supposed to do. Now, he's going to have to pop that container, live stream, and we know there's no tampering with the product, and no black paint's been poured into it, show that the product is properly sealed. It'll be virtually impossible to get around the batch numbers because it's going to come out of a special container. It's going to be marked with a special label just for him, me, and the other fellow. So he's going to have a very difficult time trying to manipulate or trying to do something with the package altogether. Now you can see why we have people that are threatened by the technology, because again, a gray screen could never exist around any of the technology, all the way down to 7s. It's going to be a 7 with some black technology, which is way back. 8s. I mean, this individual has tried to each one of those products, making false accusations that all products came up dark. And keep in mind, you'll be charged, showing a history that you've been doing this for quite a long time, all the way down to 7s. You've been doing this, accusing our products of being nothing more than black paint or coming up too dark. So this will be the first time we have ever had any of our black paint to begin with. He usually makes excuses that he got it from a customer. Of course, the container is open, which gives him the chance to tamper with it. This is going to be the first sealed container that's going to cross the threshold of that apartment. Now, if the package comes back to us, then we go in full force of following charges, criminal charges, fraud against the company, the whole 9 yards, including the letter we sent to him requesting for black paint. Because he made statements that our products were nothing more than just black paint, and that's all they were. And he continued on his YouTube channel to do so. So, just to let you know that now things are a little different, that we know certain things about this individual. that you will be held accountable for all things that you have done. There's no place you can go. If you try to leave the country, you can't do that. There's no way in the world you're getting across that border. It's virtually impossible. Military's out there. They're going to protect all types of potential. And keep in mind, they just can't walk. Well, he can't just go. He can't just walk over, and no one can't walk over there. I can't even walk over there. He has to be held. He has to go through a process, and then they release. And the problem with him is he has charges on him already. So he can't go anywhere. They're just going to put him in a holding facility until they'll be to sort through the problems we had with him involving our copyrights, involving crimes he's committed here in the United States. So he's not going anywhere. So he's going to stay right where he's at right now, and then we're going to go from there. Mr. Fernando, you made quite a lot of lies about our company. Some really bad statements about my business, stating that we were basically ripping, robbing, stealing from people, and we were committing outlandish crimes against consumers, which were not true. So this is what we're going to do. This is your final nail in the coffin. I'm going to send you out a container of this paint. We are looking for you doing your professional review. As you said, you're a professional in the field. We have that multiple times being stated. You're going to have a container of that paint that you can't tamper with, you can't touch, you can't put anything in it. It's going to be like the Network Gray 773 fiasco. Except for the difference is that product is designed to crush a gray screen easily. So that means if you refuse that package, that means that all the while, all the time, back from sevens, that you were making these false statements, you were lying, which we all know you were lying, because again, there's no way you're going to win this in court, and I'll tell you why. Too many people have the product. If it did exactly as you claimed it did in your apartment, there is no way in the world this stuff would work anywhere. Any of our products wouldn't even work. It'd be virtually impossible for us to walk to the carrying place. We have hundreds of witnesses who saw that product on the wall. It wouldn't have worked there the way you claimed in your apartment. It definitely wouldn't have worked in the smoke shop, all the different areas that was in that building, especially with the fish tank going through the window. That would have been virtually impossible to do. But under Fernando says that everybody that we are around is in this huge conspiracy theory that they're all working with us to try to fool everybody. Yeah, you make that statement in court, I can guarantee you 100% you'll get a 302 for psychiatric evaluation. No, Mr. Fernando, the problem is that you're bent on believing that our products don't work, and you're jealous, upset, and you're mad, and you're bitter about it. We know you're bitter. That's why you do what you do. So, if you are found guilty in this particular, basically what you have done against our company for years, you're looking at maximum of fraud against our company, which is going to carry a 30-year prison sentence, including the additional 20 years you'll have on top of that for the cyber crimes. And let's not forget copyrights, because we already filed already in federal. Just to let you know that if you're convicted in that too, that is going to be an additional 80 years on top of the sentence you already had to serve, including, keep in mind, my family's also filing criminal charges because he was harassing them also. So it looks like you will not be going back. It looks like you'll be staying here in the United States, and you definitely will be serving the remainder of your time here on this earth in a prison cell. Remember, you brought it on yourself. You got no one to blame. You went out here and you abused your right to be here in the United States. You have done things you know you should not have done at all whatsoever. So just want to put that out there real quick. Because again, he wants to scream racism. Oh, it's racism. It's racism that I should not be able to come here to this country and commit crimes and do whatever I want to do. And if anybody comes up and says, hey, you should be prosecuted for this and you're prosecuted for that, and you know you're wrong on these things, then all of a sudden everyone is racist against me. Yeah, we call those Karen cards. That's what they're called, Karen cards. So you keep on screaming that whole racist thing at the end of the day. I got charges for you for that one too. It's called defamation. That'll be another set of charges against you for basically making that statement on YouTube about me, which I will be filing Monday morning. Yeah, I'm following. You made several claims that I was a racist individual. So guess what? More charges. Keep in mind, Mr. Fernando, that you can't go anywhere. There's nowhere for you to escape. Once those documents hit that desk and they come to see you, and they put you in that holding facility, any charges that you accumulate here in the States, in the United States, you're going to have to serve. So you keep on doing dumb stuff, we're going to keep on following on you, and you're going to have to serve all that time. You have an additional, I think, 24 accounts and one criminal document we already have already. So it doesn't look good for you at all, period. So more stuff you do, more stuff we start following, more stuff against you. You're not going anywhere. You're going to be here for a while. He wants to make it all about, we're racism. We're all about racism because he went out and committed crimes. Everybody know you touch copyrights, which you should not. You know darn well you shouldn't have touched those things to begin with. Screened on camera, talking about our copyrights weren't real. You found out they were real, didn't you? You went over there and tried to check it. I don't know why in the world he was over in copyrights records looking for an LLC application. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, he was over there and he pulled up. What did you pull up? Pulled my copyrights up, didn't you? My self-registered United States government. What did you do? You touched them multiple times. Even wrote your name across them and slandered them. They're called scammers. What's that called in America? That's called copyright infringement. That's what it's called. It's against the law. You can go to jail for a very long time for doing it. So you touch government documents. That's what you did. So is that committing a crime? Yes, it is. You've just committed a crime. So how would that be racist? It's not my problem, Fernando, that you didn't go over and document yourself. How long have you been here and you have not filed for any form of paperwork, citizenship, anything whatsoever? And all of a sudden now it's considered to be racist? Fernando, you happen to be an interesting character, I tell you. You're the most interesting I've never met such the biggest Karen on the face of the planet. You're like the biggest Karen I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyone comes against him, oh, you sound a lot like Trump. Good gracious. He does. He reminds me of Donald J. Trump. He does. Anyone that comes against him, it's all their fault. If he does something wrong, he's done nothing wrong. It's everybody else's fault. Yeah, you are. You are literally like a Trump. You are. That's another thing calling people a Trump. Gee whiz Louise. So it's everybody's fault that you came here and you didn't document yourself. That's everybody's fault today. You know, I got friends at the end of the day, like I said, that are Mexicans. They don't come here and commit crimes like you do. You committed perjury on your own LLC. We can clearly see all that. Your company has not been around 5 months. Come on now. Like, no one can't see that. That's a public record right there showing its company's not around 5 months. So that on your LLC, that'd be a complete lie. Using Frankenstein multiple times to make money off a company's name that you haven't paid them out any royalties whatsoever. Have you contacted them and let them know you're making money off their name? Nope. Whatsoever. Because you know why? You abused the fact that you thought at the end of the day that if you got caught for any of these outlandish crimes that you were committing here in the States, that they were just going to basically just cart you back off and you were going to go to Mexico and nothing was going to happen to you. So that's why you can come here and do whatever the freak you want to do. I'm going to tell you something. Countries can't stand it when we do that nonsense. When we go over to countries and think that, oh, they're just going to deport me. I can go break laws, get in trouble, do this, do that. How do you think the people feel over there at the end of the day? And you came over here and did that. Man, you make your, like I said today, you make your own people look bad. Now, would I sit there and judge any other Mexican person because our company was attacked, my family was attacked by this individual? It happens to be a Mexican, or he's Mexican American. I got Mexican American people under the day. Mexican? No. He's just a jerk, that's all. Everybody else is cool with me 100%. He's just a jerk. But he wants to scream, oh, it's racist. It's all racist because I should never ever be accused or anything whatsoever for my actions. Fernando, you have to understand, if we didn't go to them at the end of the day and we still went to court, you still was going. They still would have found out. Anything that pops up, any police officer that comes to your front door, a process server that pops up, anybody, government agencies, any of that stuff, they can find out easily. They can easily go to that agency that we just went to and just put all your information in, and they can find out faster than we can because they got clearance. So you think that because we went through that agency was to get you deported? No. We went to the agency to find out if you had paperwork, if you were an American citizen, because I said, I hope you are. If you are an American citizen, that means you'll be facing our lawyers at the end of the day. That means you'll be in a court with us at the end of the day. It's the other way around now. He's going to be in a court with whatever they're going to be doing over there. So I don't know how they're even going to go at the end of the day. But they're at the end of the day, they're going to ask me about everything that we submitted. We have documents on everything, which you can back it all up. And of course, I got to go to court there to testify and all that. So yeah, but we wanted you in our courtroom with us. But unfortunately, we didn't get that because you're not registered. And if you sit there and say you are, well, no one waits 11 days to show documentation. That's something somebody's going to show right away as fast as possible so they can shut all that down as fast as it starts, especially in this particular time we're going through right now. So no. As a matter of fact, you cut down on your videos on showing the inside of your apartment, which I don't know how that's going to work at the end of the day, because we all seen it. You got tons of videos inside of your apartment. We know where you're at. Your LLC tells that directly where you're at. Just everywhere for anyone to find. Any agency will be to dig that one up. Your registration number digs up everything on you. It literally pulls white pages on your family. It really does. Yeah, those numbers are pretty crazy. They'll pull up white pages on your family. No one has to go searching for your family. In the day, you typed in, you put your LLC on public domain, and that little number that pops up pulls everything on a business, everything. But yet he blames other people for that. He did it himself, but he blames other people for it. So we'll see in court soon when they get all this together. Because right now we're just waiting for them to do what they got to do. That's all we're doing. We're just filing so it's on record that you committed these crimes. That's what we're doing. But we had explained to the where we're going to file with that we had to file through immigration because we went through immigration, Mr. Fernando, to find if you were documented so we can have you so you can face trial, face for the crimes you committed against us and my family. That's the reason why we went through them. Unfortunately, you can't talk to anybody at all, period. Because I'd rather talk to somebody and see if they can look in there. I thought they would look in there and find out whether yes or no he was. And if he was, that means we can go in and go file. Because again, I get my filing fees back. But if he wasn't, then it's okay, we have to figure another way around this because if he's not registered, I can get these fees back. So I don't know what we got to do from here. Because that's the kind of attitude he had the entire time. I do what I want to do while I'm here because no one can touch me because I'm not documented. I'm not break the law as much as I want to. That's the attitude he had. So with that being said, when we went through, you have to fill out a form. You can't just call. People think you can just call it. No, you got to fill out forms. And the forms are better because this keeps people from doing things they shouldn't do. Like you got plenty of people who hate Mexicans, and the first thing they'll do is they'll go in and they'll make a false call like, yeah, we got some people over here, we need to investigate it. It cuts down on that. So you have to fill a document out, and in that document you have to swear under oath because it has a little thing that pops up that says that you're 100% on point of what you're saying here, because if you fill those out in false preterms, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. So yeah, it's a document you literally sign. That's signed the document. So it literally tells us in that document that we have to have, I guess I got a copy of it right here, the actual document. We have to have, we 100% that all the information that we put in, I'm going to give you share the copy of the actual form. Not, it doesn't have this information on it, but you'll get a chance to see what they look like. Everything we put in there is 100% correct, because if not, you can get into a lot of trouble if you're filling out documents and you're lying on them, like he did, like with the perjury. So I'm going to show you, you can see it for yourself. This is a document that we had to fill out. And I'll show you what they look like. And this basically, like I said, cuts down on the nonsense, because then you have people who don't like Mexicans will go in and make those false calls. They can't do that. They have to fill out one of these forms. So if they do anything that they're not supposed to be doing, they can get in trouble themselves. So let's take this down a little bit for you. Let me get an idea of what we had to fill out. So this is my control number order. I'm going to leave that right there. So this is what you'll see on your form. Now, again, Mr. Fernando, so you can understand this, this was going to find either way. Because either way, you have to go to court either way for charges you committed against my company. Cyber harassment, bullying, harassment, all the stuff you were doing. So they're going to find it either way. But let me show you what was on the form. Since you want to scream, at the end of the day, racism. And which I'm going to actually hit you again with cyber harassment for making false statements saying that I'm a racist. And I've got some interesting messages because of that, and we'll be using that against you in court. Also, too, the ones who sent them, they will be traced. Mind you, government and all that's involved in this. FBI's involved in this. So just let you know what you got yourself involved in. All right, so that's the first form. And then this what comes up on the next form. See right here? Suspicious of violation. So this is what we had to go through to see exactly what you did to commit crimes against me. We have here cyber crimes, and that's what we clicked on, cyber crimes, because that's what you committed against me. Now you'll see what's on that form that they have here. Now I didn't lie and go in and put something like, oh yeah, he's doing gang related, or basically he's doing weapons, because that would have been wrong. That would have gotten me into a lot of trouble. I would have been lying about you. No, problem we're having with you, Mr. Fernando, is cyber crimes that you're committing. That's what's actually written into the police documents, that you're being charged with cyber crimes. So that's what you committed, right? There you go. Tell me you didn't. Yeah, tell me, sit here and tell everybody that you're innocent. And we didn't see you on a YouTube video having conversations with you where you went out and committed these crimes. Local criminal activities, which we had to have pretty much your name and address and all that stuff, which we had everything needed. They also asked about the business of your company. We put down both individual and your business, which means the information that you have, that number you have up there, that you can't seem to get rid of because you're missing something called a statement due date, and it shows that clearly you committed perjury. Well, that's in there now. Your company's name, all your information, all that's in there. Even your YouTube channel's in there. Yep. And mind you, just let you know, if you delete your YouTube channel, if you delete everything, there's still a copy of it. You don't delete it off the main server. It's always going to be there no matter what. So we put down your business for both an individual, because you taxed me through your company, didn't you? Yeah, because you were on your website. We got the whole thing recorded. Oh, it's all documented. We got recordings of everything, live streams of everything, showing you basically flashing pornography, showing you basically flashing our copyrights over and over again, the conversations you were having when you were cursing us out and carrying on and acting up, all kinds of stuff and things you were doing. All that now is going to be out in the open. And you thought you were just being nasty and smart and being funny in front of your trolls. Your trolls going to help you out now? No, your trolls aren't going to be able to help you out now. They don't want to get involved in it. But I'll tell you one thing, the individuals that were involved in this activity, you're actually involved in it. You'll be involved in the FBI side of it all because, you know, you're a citizen, so they'll be treated differently. But still, you committed crimes, right? And you're affiliated with the person. You know them by association because we have Crowcast, several recordings on that showing you guys knew each other so well. You even knew each other's medical history. And you talk quite about Mr. Rogers' wife. Did you not? All right, then. And guess what? You're in trouble. Let's see. We had to put down the criminal activity which you were causing to us. Oh, we passed that 1,000 easy. We did. 1,000 easy. Yeah. But I thought it'd be easier to put the information in, sum it up, and then put the docket numbers in, which means they get the police docket numbers, has all your evidence in it. And it repeats you over and over again, committing cyber crimes against our company, attacking and doxing addresses. Remember you posted those pictures? Yeah, the police have that now. That's in their system, which means now they have it. And Mr. Fernando, just so you know that I am contacting to see how we can update that information, because you're continuing to attack our company and can attack my family. So anything that we file right now, anything that comes up, We put that into that police report. It goes into your big file, and your big file is on here, which means that it updates here. So it shows that you've still committing crimes even after this. Yeah. So this is legit. It's a real thing. Now all this is because Mr. Fernando is mad because of our products. This is where all that started from. Because he became obsessed and jealous with our products. As you said, I was obsessed and jealous with your products. That would be virtually impossible since I was here first. Yeah, that would be impossible. Why? First things first, would I be obsessed with the gray screen paint when we develop black technology? Why? We don't make gray screen paints. Why would I be obsessed with that? We make a higher version technology than gray. So why in the world would we be obsessed with something we made 10 to 11 years ago? And we clearly can make it ourselves. There you go. You lied too much on camera, just like you lied about moving out of your apartment. You were in the same place the entire time, just lying. See right here where it says it says warning regarding knowledgeable providing false information. It's a very serious charge if we mess up here. If we put anything in here that's not 100% true, we can get in a lot of trouble. You got the same notice when you basically filled out your LLC, remember? But you actually lied on it anyway, right? Because you thought there were no consequences at the end of the day because you could do whatever the freak you wanted to do. That's what you thought, right? And this is what was filed also too. National Terrorism Advisory System, all that. Got yourself in a lot of trouble, man. I told you at the end of the day, this is not a joke. You want to take it as a joke? You want to carry on, act up like nothing can happen to me? Mr. Fernando, you have to understand that the charges that we have here, we had to click on, which is cybercrimes, which shows multiple of your actions, attacking my company, doxing addresses, posting my face. That gets you a lot of jail time. It's defamation. It gets you about a year or two, but you've done it so many times. Who knows what that's going to stack up to? Post office fraud charges, which we got you on that, on open unboxings on products that came here. Even PayPal even declared that you committed fraud. Post office mail fraud carries 20 years. The copyrights, we got copyrights on you on two different sets of copyrights. Even can tell the judge that was so serious that a process server landed on your door. And he tried to come up and say, well, the reason why the process server didn't do anything is there wasn't enough evidence. How dumb can you be? You can't be that stupid. You really believe that if a process server pops up on your front door and they don't do anything because there's not enough evidence? That's why the process server is there, because there is enough evidence. Oh, I can't wait for a judge to explain that one to him. That's going to be a kicker right there. So, yeah. Right there, that's what I filed against you right there, because you committed those crimes against me. And we also sent over to them this. This is your LLC. This has your address and all your information on it. It shows that you were registered with the state of California. All your information is right in there. Your file number, they have all that now. So you want to go scream racism at everybody else and say, oh, everybody's at fault. They're all racism against me. No, Fernando, at the end of the day, you went out and did whatever you wanted to do. You thought you were going to get a get-out-of-free jail card, then just do whatever you want while you're here in the United States. Carry on and act up. Be a menace. God knows what else you did we don't know about. Attack people, harass people, do whatever, because you thought at the end of the day you can do whatever you want to do. Can't do that. Don't work out that way. And I love it. When I went downstairs, I got a chance to talk to one of the immigration attorneys downstairs. And I asked, and I was like, hey, look, we got this problem with this guy's been touching our copyrights. Harassing my family and carrying on. I said, by any chance, if when they catch him, is he going to let him go over to back to Mexico? And she's like, no. He has to serve time for any crimes he committed here in the United States. Now, she said roughly, like, if it's something small, like a misdemeanor, like 2 years. You don't have a misdemeanor. You have literally government violations that have triggered off. So, under that guideline of cyber crimes, it's a 20-year prison sentence, 10 to 20 years, maximum 20. It's safe to say he's done maximum with no problem at all. You do know when we go to court that they're going to ask about the violations, that why a process server had to be at that address. They may even contact the process server and ask him also testimony why he was there. And they'll say, look, we have reports that he basically was filed against him with the CCB, Copyrights Claim Board, that Mr. Fernando has this overwhelming, outstanding evidence that he was actually tampering with this guy's copyrights, including a letter from an attorney telling you to back it down, and you refuse to do so. Shows after the date of that, you can continue to commit crimes, and not only against my first set of copyrights, but my second company under my copyrights. Well, you felt that was funny. You can do whatever you want. Hey, I told you at the end of the day, things come back to haunt you in the end. All that, oops, I did it again, or I can touch this as many times as I want to, and you can't do anything about it. How are you feeling about that right now? There you go. All that, everything you did, keep in mind, everything you have done against my company will now be in front of a judge. And there's no way to get around it. So, good luck on that one. Till then, you want to get mad at me because we sit there and say that a gray screen, it is, a gray screen's far better. You want to go to court for that one? Let's go. You tell me when and where, I'll show up. You want to take me to court and say that I've been lying all this time, that these black technology we developed doesn't work? Take me to court. As a matter of fact, you said that I'm a scammer, I'm a ripoff artist for the longest time. How about you draw up some paperwork and let's walk into a courtroom and see what the judge decides. Oh, you can paint my screen if you want, right there in front of the judge. I'll let you do it. And you can even hold my camera and record the entire thing, since I'm using some special ability on my camera. Because Mr. Fernando, I'm going to put you on blast in that courtroom at so many levels, it's not even funny. Not only are you going to paint that screen up in your living room when it gets there, the same screen up again in a courtroom in front of a judge and a whole bunch of people to watch you do it. And there's nothing you can do about it, not a thing. Your time is run out. It's over. That's it. And any other person who's gotten involved with this individual, your time's coming up next. Because again, he's going to squeal like there's no tomorrow. And we do have other people in this file besides him that were caught committing crimes. Mr. Williams, Mr. Rogers, McAfee. Remember, Mr. Matthews, you guys were caught committing crimes against my company. You were caught seen with this individual. Association, you know how that works, right? Conspiracy. There you go. You guys plotted together to try to put my company out of business. That's what you did. Remember what I said in that garage? I'm going to get each and every one of you in front of a judge. And I'm not joking. I'll see you soon in court. Till then, you go ahead and keep telling your lies at the end of the day. We don't care. At the end of the day, you say whatever you want. Because I know at the end of the day, whatever we document, you're going to have to face in that courtroom. Whoops, let me bump my stand here for a little bit. There we go. Told you the whole thing about following the devil. At the end of the day, you don't listen. I sat there on camera multiple times and told me to stop doing that. Don't even listen. So it's racist if somebody comes after him. It's racist at the end of the day. No, Fernando, you did it to yourself. Let me explain something to you. Any one of those government agencies is going to figure it out sooner or later. They're going to find out. And if you want to claim racist at the end of the day, Mr. Fernando, remind you that I filed with the process server. It was never brought up that maybe you were undocumented. No, that didn't come up until all this stuff came up with the immigration and all that stuff, all the stuff they were doing. I'm thinking, oh crap, this guy may not have paperwork. And some other things were coming up with huge, major red flags, but we didn't see that first. We didn't see it. Because mind you, this is the first time we're having this conversation. I never brought this up any given time. I never brought this up. The copyrights, because the rest of them didn't touch the copyrights as much as you did. Now, who the freak in their right mind tampers with a copyright? The minute I get them popping up on my page or something says something's copyright, I delete it automatically right from the door. Because I know the consequences behind those things. Anybody else didn't touch those copyrights like you did. You're the only one out of the group that did that over and over again and again and again. No one did that. Maybe they might have touched it one time and they tried to hide it, but we probably would have found it by now. But anyway, yeah, they didn't do what you did. Only you were doing that. So why in the world would they not do the same thing you were doing? Because they know the copyrights are real. They know the consequences they would face if they touched those things. Only you were doing it. A person in the day really couldn't get blamed for something that, you know, if he wasn't documented. And that's what was brought up in the conversation one time. And I was like, you think really? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, who figures that bold at the end of the day? I mean, only three things that come up. If you're extremely rich, which we know you're not, and you can pay for the court costs, lawsuits, the money, and all that. But then again, like I said, the jail time. Who the freak wants to be rich in jail? Nobody. So again, no. Either you're crazy, that could be another one, but no. Judging by what I've seen, how you react and everything, crazy. No, you can't plead that. That's not going to work. Well, unless you're not documented. Because nobody else would touch those copyrights like you did. I've been in this business for a long time, Mr. Fernando, and understand me. I've had that copyright for that cube has been here for a very long time. And I've only had one person touch that cube, and all we had to do was just send them a letter, ask them if they can basically take it down, whatever, use it, and they took it down with no problem. You're the only person who has tampered with that product, that cube, that many times. With act like you could do whatever you wanted to do. That's how it was figured out. And there were other stuff too that was popping up. But yeah, that was it right there. It's not racist if a person looks in to see if a person's documented or not. That's not racist. It's racist if a person asks if you're documented. That's why I said we're hoping you have document. You hope you're a U.S. citizen. Because if you're a U.S. citizen, I'd be down in California right now, filing for your arrest warrant right now. We'd come down there in a hot second and go get you. Just for the simple fact that I can have an officer, we got enough evidence to have an officer show up at your front door and slam you in handcuffs, embarrass you, drag you through that freaking street, put you in a car, and put you through a processing system. But now, because of this, we have to basically let them handle it. And then they're going to call me in on whatever has to be done from there. That's why you thought you were untouchable. Which is sad, Mr. Fernando, because you make your people look really, really bad. You do. You do. You make your people look bad. You do. Because they're trying to get in here and do what's right. And you're in here doing all the messed up stuff you could possibly think of is what some of these people at the end of the day are going to judge you on your people and what they are from the door. Because not everybody's going to think the same way as me, Mr. Fernando, or Mr. Gonzalez, due to the fact that I believe in that there are bad apples in every race. That you can't judge an entire race of people of one person. That's what I believe in. I don't think that sounds racist, do you? No. You just call racism because you're angry and upset and bitter because you did things that you weren't supposed to do. You had opportunity like anybody else. Matter of fact, you had a better opportunity than most people that are trying to get in this country. You've been here longer. You could have did something with that time. You decided to just dumb stuff. Now, you won't even be going home at that. You're going to stay here. The charges you're going to be filing against you are quite a lot. Okay. This is the... Let me see. That's one document here. Process server we had come to his front door. That's how much money I had to pay for the process server for breaking and touching copyrights without permission. My receipt, which I'll be showing the judge, which we had to pay for the process server to come get you, Mr. Fernando. Docket number right there. For United States Copyright Claim Board, which I had to file against you. And showing what I wrote down, what my work is. This is the form I had to file out. All the information there. And then showing proof on your website that we have dozens of recordings on of you basically using the cube without permission. That's just one of them. This is not the other one. We have to contact them with, you get 2 copyrights. You know, even when you wrote on your website, my new logo. You remember writing that right there? Laugh out loud. You thought that was funny, right? Well, it's not going to be funny now, buddy, because that logo right there is going to take a lot of time off you. You're going to spend whatever time that they feel that you're going to serve for violating a copyright. There's my copyright right there, and they can look it up. It's registered. Everything, this is what you're seeing right now, is with the CCB. It's on record. Yeah, there we go. Yep. We made sure we got a picture of Wix at the bottom showing your website in 2021 by Wix and its Crow's Screen Mixes. All that right at the bottom, created by Wix. Wix has a hefty lawsuit coming their way for millions for allowing you to, the conversations we had back and forth, all that was recorded and documented, showing that we complained multiple times and you were never removed, so they're being sued. And yep, there we go. And this is what also too, I've got to have to contact them again to let them know that we have more than just the cyber harassment and bullying and terroristic threats, because you put my face on a wanted poster and all that stuff like that. And then how you were doxing my family's address, you were cyber stalking, you were stalking me in the apartment, you stalked me in the garage, you got pictures of all of that. So yeah, and then you tried to swat me, remember? You tried to have the police come down to the garage. I have a docket number for that too on top of that. And what he used a name called something, Fernando, he used I think Gonzalez, but he used the name George Gonzalez, something weird to use, and the officers were able to ping it to his location. So, yeah. All that. Keep in mind, that file and all that is with the FBI. That's not with downtown police. FBI has that folder. So, I'm not going to go well for you, man. So, when my paint gets there, I'm expecting for you to open it. You basically go in and you told all that lies, those lies about the quantum. You told lies about the quasar. That you went on and you told these rough lies about our products. So, Mr. Fernando, if you don't back these up at the end of the day, I'm going to hit you with charges for both of those screen paints. I'm going to hit you for basically fraud charges for both of those products. Mind you, they carry 30 years. That's 60 years right there you're going to receive if you don't get that together. So when that gets there, when that package gets there, I advise you to open it up. Either way, it's a damn if you do and damn if you don't scenario. You open it up, it's going to do what it's designed to do. It's going to blow your screen paint out of the water, which it's designed to do. If you send it back, you're still screwed. It's just hardcore evidence at the end of the day that you committed these crimes. Mind you, remember the letter I sent to you about sending me black paint at the end of the day? Remember that? All right then. Did you send me my black paint? No, you did not. So if you accuse my product of being black paint, nothing more than black paint, why didn't you send me the black paint I've requested? That'll be another lawsuit on top of that for fraud. Each one of those, we're going to file a different charge on you. When I get done with you, you'll have 60 dockets in that, which I'm waiting for. 60 different charges against you. And each one of them will have evidence to back every single one of them up, because that's how we've been doing you. We've been sending and filing complaints against you, and they've been scanning in all the evidence we have to back everything up we said about you. So when they told me to make sure I filled it out to the best of my knowledge, we have more than that. We're not even done with you yet. I'm going to get I have a docket number from United States Postal Service for filing 2 accounts of post office mail fraud. These are very serious charges. And again, at the end of the day, he felt that he's going to get away with it. Nope. But I wanted to show you what was on the document. So it doesn't say what he tried to blow it up to probably be at the, no. It's a simple document. It keeps people from going and making false claims against other people at the end of the day. And I'm glad they make it that way. Because anyone can call in. People thought that people can call in and snitch and say, no, they can't. You can't do that. You got to fill out a document. That document, you have to state everything that you're stating on that document. If you lie on this, you're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. You can go to jail yourself. So that means people can't go out and make false accusations and all that stuff. You literally have to fill out the document, which I'd rather have it that way either way. I said, I feel at the end of the day, my point of view on this whole thing is that I don't want the wall there because I think the wall should be there. I mentioned that before we even got to this. We didn't want the wall there. Another thing too is the fact that if you've been here for a while, you should have the right to get citizenship. I believe that 100%. If you committed a crime, you don't need to be here. That's in any place you go to. I go over to any country, I go over and I commit a crime, I should not have the ability to come back there ever. Because I committed that crime. That's the way it should be. If I'm over there, and I've been over there for at least 20 years or so, 5 years, a year, whatever, they should give me the right to get my citizenship so I can stay. I'm already established here anyway. Just let me fill out that paperwork. Let me stay. Don't have me go back and reset everything all over again and go through the same process all over again. I shouldn't have to go through that. That's the way it should have been. Unfortunately, Orange Man doesn't want that. Orange Man, I think, wants to get rid of everybody at the end of the day. But anyway, he wants everybody to feel sorry for him, like he didn't do anything wrong. Like, poor me, I did nothing wrong. They're attacking me for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, you keep on believing at the end of the day. We already know what you did. Everybody know what you did at the end of the day. You're going to cry your little tears. The only people that listen to you are your trolls at the end of the day. And they're the ones that actually instigated and got you in a lot of this trouble because you listened to them, which you shouldn't have did. They're not the ones going to bail you out. Keep in mind, Mr. Fernando, you will be sued in the process. So, yeah, we found out we can sue them. So, we will be suing you. Because it's going to come up. The judge is going to ask us, are we going to file a lawsuit? And yes, we are. So, we're taking all your stuff. Everything. Everything. Because, again, you owe me now. You owe me big. You want to attack my company for no reason? You want to make false statements about my product? You want to think you can get away and do whatever you want to do at the end of the day? Not going to happen. And he burnt, for him, the things that he did, he burned. Now, I don't know if his landlord or not. I don't know about that. Can't say much about that. But I do know, I know people like him that do people favors, to help people out. And they're just all, some of these people can be all around good people to help people out. The problem is you take a risk, because you end up with a jerk like that in your building. He should have been doing something else with his time. He should have been laying low, working, this, that, and the other, so and so and so. Put a little money aside, get yourself a nice little attorney. Go down and get your paperwork. At least it can show you've got the process started on it. Something at the end of the day. He didn't do none of that. He took the time to come in here and carry on and act up. That's what he did. Anybody else that would have had the opportunity to come here with that opportunity he had, they would have basically knocked that out of the park. They'd have came and got locked in. They'd have been hooked up. They'd have had a nice little business on the side. Had the kids in nice schools. They'd have worked it. Not him. Not at all, period. I go to plenty Mexican businesses. I just found one today. I didn't even know it was there. I walk past, I started looking around more. I walk past that store every single day. Found something, actually I found two of them, which I didn't even know were there. One was on the other side of the street, and one was on the one end. I walk past every single time. They got all the Mexican products, the foods and stuff. I don't know how to cook any of it, but I got my friends that do. So I'm gonna walk them in there like, yo, can you do something for me with all this? So they're gonna hook me up. But anyway, the other one on the other end had an even better hookup. Because man, the t-shirt journey today was insane. All the places I went to get a t-shirt, couldn't find one. I used to pay $6-7 for a t-shirt. Couldn't find one. I go to ATM machine, it's down. I'm like, okay, it's gonna start up to be one of them days. I walk down to the one spot, they're not there. I walk all the way back down, I go to the other one, they don't have them. You know, it's funny how it's interesting, and I had to think about that. I was going through that whole process, is that when something bad is happening to you, it's something good that's happening to you. I mean, something good is coming. Never think at the end of the day it's all bad, because something good comes out of everything that's bad. Did something good come out of Jamie's situation? Yeah, he could find God, get saved, become a Christian. That's what he could do, just like I did. Something good came out of the bad stuff that I went through. And you start realizing, you start seeing this as it goes along. So I get up and I go to the ATM machine, it's down. I'm like, okay, ATM machine down. I walk all the way down here, I find the ATM machine, I walk down to get my t-shirts first. Because I was going to just skip the ATM machine, just go pay and get these shirts. Go down there and he ain't got no shirts left. And he always has mediums, always got them. So I'm like, okay, this is crazy, like there's nothing here. And I walk all the way back up. That's that little store I found. I had to come downtown to get it, because where I'm at here in the business district, ain't jack down here, except for businesses like airports, gas law firm offices, it's all that's down in this section. So I take a lift all the way down there, get off at the freaking horse park where I like to go at, and that's where I start my journey trying to figure out where to find this t-shirt at. So I go all the way down there, walk all the way down to that far end, which I should have got off on that end first, which would have been closer, but I don't know why I got off where the art museum was at, because now I walk a distance. Man, I need the exercise, who knows. So I get down there, and they don't have them. So then I walk down to the other store, and I'm figuring they got them in there. I go to the ATM machine, pick up some money. ATM machine's down. I'm like, oh, this ain't going well. This is not going well. Then I walk over to the other store, and I'll go get some money out of the ATM machine there. They don't got them. I walk over to the other store. The other store ain't got them either. This store always has them no matter what. This is my backup from all my backups. They ain't got nothing. Jack, nothing, another thing. Mine, I paid $67 depending on where I land at. So I go up the store. As I go up, I look for ATM machine. I find this little spot that I walk past all the time. I just never go in there. And something, let's go pop in there. And it's Mexican owned. Cool. They got all the stuff in there that I want to try. I like, talking to my buddies. I'm snapping pictures. I'm sending stuff back then. And we say, yeah, man, take us up there. We'll hook you up something. Both of them cook. So that's nice. I'm in there checking out the guy. Guys, has business for a long time. I support that. I'll be in there as much as I possibly can to support his business. So, of course, I tell my people about it. My people buy to eat all the time. They'll be in and out of there all the time. So we always support small businesses. So in there, I hit the ATM machine. I go up. They don't have any t-shirts in there, but I call across the street. And I walk up the street. There's another Mexican-owned business there. I walk past this place all the time, too. I don't go in. I walked in there. I said, for some reason, I got a funny feeling they may have these shirts in here. I said, do you have Sun t-shirts, medium? And it's like, yes, we have them. Oh, my goodness. We got stacks of them. Stacks and stacks and stacks of these Sun t-shirts. But that's not the beautiful part about it all. The beautiful part of it is, they're $5. They're $5. I usually pay $6 to $7 for a shirt, but they're $5 in there. Beautiful. So that's when you start thinking as you're walking back, like, I went through that whole thing, felt like it was going to be starting off to be a bad day when the Lord was directing me to the blessing. And I said, don't get discouraged, don't get upset, don't get angry, just let it flow, let it go with it, because you don't know. The Lord, pray and ask the Lord, Lord, what you doing? What you got me? What are we doing today? Where are you directing me to? I know you got something for me. I know I'm going to get this t-shirt. I got the t-shirt in a location where now it's easier for me to get to when I drop down here. Number two, they have lots of them on top of that, and they're $5. Tell me that's not beautiful right there. That's when you got to realize at the end of the day, when you're in the middle of the muck of the storm and all that, you got to remember it's always a silver lining. The Lord has something better for you. Sometimes he's going to test that faith that day to see exactly how much trust you have in him. That is the best time, I tell you right there, when you're a Christian, when you are going through the headache and the nightmare of it all. That's the best time. That's the best time. Because you don't appreciate God's blessing when you're already blessed. When you got money in your pocket and everything's going well for you, some people don't appreciate that. They forget that God's there. They get caught up in that money. But when you don't have anything and you're struggling to get by bit by bit, this is where you see the Lord's work at best. This is where you get an opportunity to see something that you normally don't see every day. You get a chance to see the Lord's hand at work. That's why I got friends at the end of the day, I got family. If I need something, I can just call someone like, yo, I need so and so and so. It's taken care of. I don't depend on anybody but God. That's it. I depend on him for every single thing. I got family. I can pick up a phone call and say, hey, I need so and so and so, and it's taken care of. But I don't do that because if I'm going through a situation in my life, I want to have 100% faith in God. And it's hard because there's some days, man, it just seems like the whole entire world is trying to crush you at the same time. But you have to remember who you serve and who protects you and who has control over all things, which is God. That's what you have to remember. And that's when you get to really, really, really see a blessing in its true form, is when you give it all to Jesus and you just sit back and you just watch the craziness just go on around you. But you'll see that when it all comes through, you realize that the Lord had your back the entire time. And this is what they call Christian boot camp. And each time you go through one of these trials and tribulations, you become stronger and stronger and stronger because you realize you've done this one already. So when the devil comes up with some crazy nonsense at the end of the day, and the Lord is protecting you through this whole process that you're going through, you just remember like, hey, I remember going through this before. I was this the last time. And the Lord had my back. Get the heck away from me, Satan. There you go. Like you guys at the end of the day who attack me over and over again, do you think that phases me in any way whatsoever? No. I've been through far things in my Christian boot camp life before you guys ever existed on YouTube, before I ever existed on YouTube, even when I got out of lockup. I've been through some stuff at the end of the day that I got a chance to see the Lord get me out of some very crazy situations that if I didn't have him, I think I would have basically perished. You ain't doing anything over here. You're talking to a Christian. I've been Christian for almost over 10 years. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff, and the Lord has got me through all of it, every bit of it. And I can always look back and go, thank you, Lord, because it reminds me of, what I had to go through when I had to go through this or when I had to go through that. So you think at the end of the day, taking my pictures and flashing them all over, no, you just signing your own death warrant at the end of the day. Because again, I already told you who you serve. Yeah, you're serving him at the end of the day. Look at the situation he got you in. If you were serving God, you wouldn't be in the situation you're at right now. You wouldn't be facing what you're facing right now if you were serving God. You're going to need God to help you get through this situation. You're not getting out of it. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to go through it. You're going to need the Lord for that. Unless you're going to continue on with the devil at the end of the day, and well, he's just going to finish you off. That's what he's going to plan to do anyway. Right? You're going to have to go through this trial. You're going to have to go through it. It's going to be your trial and your tribulation, and you're going to have to go through it. Some people learn the easy way. Some people learn the hard way. That's what they do. The easy way or the hard way. Me, I'm enjoying my beautiful screen here. He's going to have to paint that screen in. And the reason why it's being done, Mr. Fernando, because, the Lord tells me things that have to be done and should be done. And, we should have did this a long time ago. We should have just sent you down the screen paint. Sealed up. But everything happens for a reason. I thought about that myself. Like, how come we never did this? Everything happens for a reason. Maybe it's meant for you to stack up all the substantial evidence against you so we can basically do this at the end of the day. This is more charges on top of more charges, just to let you know. I mean, it's meant for you to do all this stuff. It can be God's calling at the end of the day. It was meant for me to go and do all the destructive path that I did when I was young. It's meant for me to do all that stuff. My family was all, my mother's a serious church woman. She was a church woman. She passed on now, but at the end of the day, it was meant to go through the hard way because it's the only way I can learn. Maybe the Lord felt at the end of the day that I would not be able to build the foundation on solid rock, and I would pretty much build it on sand, and I would collapse easily when the devil came to get me. Maybe that's the reason why he put me through all that to begin with, to make me a stronger person. So I had to learn the hard way, and I learned. Maybe this is your calling at the end of the day, whether you accept it or not. But keep in mind, Lord doesn't call forever. He really doesn't. So if I were you, I'd basically get close to God. I said that the last time to him. What did he do? He went out and did the devil's work again. You don't learn nothing. You gotta learn, man. You gotta learn. Now you can sit there and say, oh, because you're a Christian, you should just let all this go. I can't let this go. Period. We gave you opportunities. Remember, we gave you opportunities, didn't I? I sent your process server to your front door, right? I sent the, not process server, we sent the cease and desist to your front door, right? After you attacked my family, after you attacked me, you attacked my products, you said nasty things about me, you posted my face all over YouTube and did dirty things about me. Did I come after you and sue you right away? No, I sent the process server, not process server, I sent the cease and desist order to you, right? All right, then you got that. You had plenty of time to turn it around, right? Did you do it? No, you didn't do it. You attacked me again. You went in and carried on with the copyrights and carried on. I filed with the CCB. I had a process server come to your front door. When we didn't follow through on that, we just let that go because I figured that'd be enough to scare you. Did you turn it around? Nope, you attacked me again. No, you attacked me. You attacked my second copyright, set of copyrights, right? All right, then that means you got out. You get many opportunities came your way, and you took none of them. So you have to face what you got to face now. You're lucky, Mr. Fernando. I didn't get that opportunity. I didn't get the opportunity where I had the option to get out of a situation twice. The judge didn't come up to me and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you go, and I believe you're not going to get in any trouble in any way whatsoever." No, I didn't even get that. Nope. No, I got sent home twice because they knew I was going to be a serious jail time. That's why they let me go home. But other than that, no, they didn't get that. They didn't get that opportunity. They hit me with everything they possibly could. Good thing about it, I didn't get certified. I didn't do 40, 80 years in prison. I learned my lesson when I got out, and I became a Christian. Don't get it together and you don't learn at the end of the day. The sad thing about Fernando is so bent on so much hatred that it's the things we see it come out of him, like the opportunities that were given to him to turn it around. He's just bent on so much hatred that he's just wants to see my destruction on any level whatsoever. And God sees that. The devil sees it at the end of the day. You're not going to get that opportunity ever. Because I'm protected by the Lord. No matter what the devil tells you, at the end of the day, you will never ever get that wish ever. What's going to happen is, if you don't turn it around, the one that's giving you all those ideas is going to collect what belongs to him. And if the Lord decides that he wants back what belongs to him, you're going to go regardless whether you like it or not. And then when you do end up on the opposite side of judgment on that side, the devil's going to come get what belongs to him. Because you will be his 100%. Over here, you got an option to get out of that. But over there, you don't have one. Now, you can take it as you want. You know, I hope you're not like Pharaoh. I hope you're not like Pharaoh, Fernando. I hope you're not. You know what happened to Pharaoh in the Bible, right? He was killed. He was crushed by water. I hope you're not like that. His heart was so hard that he just did not. All the things that he was seeing around, it didn't change him. You're watching fire come from heaven. You're watching locusts and frogs and mosquitoes. I mean, that huge, massive numbers plague Israel. And he just wouldn't let those people go. No matter what. No matter how much his own people suffered. He didn't care. Because he would be doing at the end of the day, if I'm going to let the other kings and queens find out that I let a bunch of slaves scare me. And killed him in the end. Even his firstborn. The death of his firstborn wasn't enough. Nope. I ain't gonna let them get away with it. I can't let them walk out of here. How would that sound at the end of the day? He couldn't be humble. How's that sound to the day? I'm gonna let these slaves come here, scare me with this prophet. And I got this great, powerful army, and I can't stop them? Oh, no, I can't let that go. I got to go kill them. I got to go represent them. I'm just going to murder all of them and represent at the end of the day that, no slaves are going to take me down at the end of the day. Yeah, kill them. We went out there chasing them, and that sea had opened up. First things first, watching the sea open up. I think that would have been enough right there. Even if you were super hard-headed, watching the sea depart, you know something that they're guided by God. Come on. I mean, right there, that's not enough. But he was driven by hate. That much hate that he didn't see that miracle of that sea opening up and parting. He didn't see that. He was so driven by hate that he went through that, thinking that he could follow right behind them. They got the other end. That ocean came right on top of them and killed them all. That's the situation you're in, Mr. Fernando, if you don't get your life together. You're 49 years old. You're a grown man at the end of the day. I shouldn't even have this conversation with you. You got to get your life together. Look at the situation you have gotten yourself into. Look, between here, you coming here, and what you have accomplished since you've been here. Look how it's ended. And I can end on a good note where you go through this, you get yourself together with the Lord, and the Lord can get you through anything at the end of the day. Or you can let that hatred consume you, and you'll be destroyed. Up to you. I had that opportunity. My mom brought me that Bible, and that demon spoke to me in that gate. The next cell over had a conversation with me. Said it can't help you. That Bible can't help you. Larry said that to me. I'm just staring right like, oh my God. The demon's talking to me through the other jail cell in this conversation with me. Throw the Bible away. Want me to throw that Bible away. You know what the devil's putting in my head that day? Suicide. That's putting in my head. Got yourself in a situation, you're in trouble now. You're going to spend 40 to 80 years in prison. You're going to survive that? You're going to die. Why go through all that to begin with? You might as well get in a fight. Try to get in a fight with the bailiff. Try to get in a shoot you. That's what I was going to do. I was going to get in a fight with the bailiff. Attack the judge. So the bailiff would have to kill me. Yeah. Finishing off what he started. Got me in all that trouble. Got me locked up. And figured now the next thing, I can't do anything else. What am I going to do? I'm behind bars. What am I going to do? Next, you can't do that time at the end of it. That's a long time. The only way out is to kill yourself. Yeah, already putting thoughts of suicide in my head. And here I am thinking about it. I'm thinking about basically how to attack the judge to get these guys to shoot me. And here comes my mom with that Bible. Gave me that book. When I touched that book, everything changed. There was hope. I felt a sense of hope and peace for the first time. And as I read through that book, I became a stronger and stronger man of God. I wasn't fearing the courtroom. I wasn't fearing the DA. I wasn't fearing anybody because I knew 100% at the end of the day, my mom came to me and said that God's going to get you through this. You're going to do some time. You got to. Got to pay for what you did. But you're not going to do what they're going to give you. You're going to leave out here. You're going to become a man of God. And I did. So the DA tried, and he tried, and he tried, and he tried. He couldn't do it. They couldn't get it to stick. They knew I did. They had to give me something. But it wouldn't stick. And the DA, when my mom first walked over to him and said, well, she said, your boy's in a lot of trouble. You know, we got everything on with enough evidence to prosecute him. I can easily get him that time. Easy get it to him. No problem. This is going to be an easy case for me. And it was an easy case. It was. There was a lot of evidence on it to get me. My mom was like, nope, that's not going to happen. He's not going to do 48 years. He's going to do his time. He's going to do some time, but he's not going to do what you want to give him. The Lord got plans for him. That's what she told the DA. And they laughed at her. You know, after a while, him trying over and over again, and watching them pray over there, they prayed every day. When I was in behind bars, they prayed. And he got to a point, he started walking over there and praying with them. The DA, the one that's prosecuting me, is now praying with them. So he said, look, I understand you said we got to have some time. How about we give him 10 years? Now, 10 years is fantastic for me. You talk about 40 to 80 years. That's a long time. I'll take that 10 years any day of the week. I was hoping for maybe 5, 10 years, something in that range, but not that time they were trying to give me. And when my mom came up and told me what they were going to give me for 10 years, I was like, oh, thank God. Happy to get it. Now, even though I was going to get them 10 years, still, devil was there in my head. When they sent me home, and I'm sitting out there with my family, looking at them for the last time, probably the last time I see them for a long time. And walk around the neighborhood, see some of my old friends out there. And I'm sitting at the doorway, and I'm looking out, and the devil popped up out of nowhere. You know, you can walk out of here if you want. You ain't got, 10 years at the end. You can just leave if you want. You got family everywhere. You can go down south, disappear, don't ever find you. And my mom knew. It's funny, like she knew the devil was there. And she walked up behind me, and she prayed, and I felt the devil leave. And she said to me, and she said, don't do it. You'll be looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life. You'll never be a free man, ever. Do what you got to do and get through it. And that's what I did. They came and got me the next day. I walked out there. They put the shackles on me. Sorry about that. Looked at my family for the last time, and I got in the vehicle. Did my time. So I know what that's like. So when you're watching all that pass you by, you realize how badly you messed up, but most of all, you had that insurance, 100% that God is with you. He's protecting you, and He got your back. And that's what I went through with the entire time. 10 years went fast. It did. At first, when I got there, it was the process and all that stuff. Trying to get used to the system and all that. I was a headache. The transition and all that stuff, man. Time just like felt like it just went slow for like time. Everything was passing me by. It just got to a point I didn't want anybody to come visit me no more at all. My mom could come see me, I didn't want them to come see me. It was just too much for me to take, and I couldn't take it. So mom was able to come to see me. After I got through that process and her come to see me, I got a little used to it. I got used to the system. Now I'm running with the system like I'm flying machines. I'm used to it all. And then one day I'm sitting up there. I realized 8 years have passed already. 8 years or 9 months. I didn't realize it passed already. I'm sitting up there talking to my friends and we're joking and laughing and all that. And I hear somebody hit the gate and say, "Yo, pack it up. Time to go." Yep. Got my time to go. I left. Contacted my mom, told her. She already knew about it from the door. She said, "You're going home." She told me before, but I didn't believe it. Because, it's funny, it's weird too. Because when you get home, it's the other way around. You have dreams when you're locked up. When you're locked up, you have dreams that you're free. And you wake up, you're still locked up. And then when you get home and you're free, you have dreams that you're locked up and you're free. It's jacked up. That transition's kind of jacked up. But yeah, I remember this guy they showed was locked up for quite a bit. And the first thing you do, go to the bathroom by yourself. There's no one around, you go to the bathroom. Take a shower by yourself. There's no one around, you take a shower. Oh, peace of mind of that. Quiet. Absolute quiet. You're not hearing noise 24/7. When I got home, I went upstairs and I shut the closet door and sat in the corner in the dark and smiled because I heard nothing. No noise. Nothing. Even when I was coming in the vehicle, just the sound around me drove me crazy. Just to be in an area where there's no noise, nothing. Just me and my thoughts. That's it. Man, you have no idea how much money that's worth. That's worth so much money, it's not even funny. There's those small things. Being able to go out in the park and touch grass and trees and stuff like that, and have the freedom to go here and go there and eat what you want and whatever. Even running out in the rain. That's a luxury right there, be to run out in the rain. All that stuff people take for granted. Freedom is worth more than anything in the world. It is. Definitely worth anything in the world. Yep. First thing I had when I got out was McDonald's. So that's when I went to McDonald's. That's when McDonald's was so good. It was still good at that particular time. Yeah. Cheeseburger, fries, orange soda, and a vanilla milkshake. That's what I ate. First Sunday, got baptized. Kept my promise with God. I was going to get baptized on the first Sunday when I got out. Kept my word. Couldn't wait to get rid of Satan. I ended up playing these little games back and forth, messing with him. Because I was near that finish line, getting saved to make it official. And it was driving him crazy. It was upsetting him because he couldn't collect. So, when I see you guys carry on and act up the way you do, I see myself when I was young and I watched the devil play me like a fiddle. And how he had me do all this crazy stuff at the end of the day. So your crossroads will come out. You better listen up. Yep. We can sit there and slam Jamie with 80 years for copyright infringements, and the Lord can come in and give him 5. Now, say they give him 5. Do you think I'm going to appeal that at the end of the day? No. Because that's the Lord's work at the end of the day. Maybe the Lord's calling him. He's talking to him. I'm not getting involved in that. That's what happened, Mr. Fernando. We could have easily walked in there and opened up your case for the copyright when the process server came to your door. The only thing we had was we didn't have time. That's what happened. We ran out of time. I could easily went in and reset the entire case, went back in again, and just redid it again, and then and just paid for the process server to come right back out the next day to get you. But I figured that would be enough to scare you. That should be enough to make you back it down. And the Lord, I'm sitting there talking to the Lord, I said, "What do I do?" And the Lord said, "Just let it be. Let it be." So you got an opportunity to get out of that situation, and you didn't even take it. We're not going to do the grace ring right now. We'll do it tomorrow. That's what we'll do it tomorrow. I think this is more important what we're talking about here. But like I said, you didn't even take it. God gave you an opportunity. You didn't even take it. You know what happened if that process server again would have came to that door and you had to go before a judge, your information would have been out there. They'd have to do a background check on you. They got to do a background check to see if you have any prior charges or whatever, so and so and so. They do that every time you get locked up. When you go before a judge, the first thing he says is, let me see if you got any previous cases or anything against you, so and so and so. They had to dig all that stuff up on you. They'd have found out. So you were going to get caught either way. And you got an opportunity out of that. Because all I had to do was just go in, take that form, and just open up your case again, and just basically fill out a few things here and there, and amendments, is probably that, and then have the same processor, which you already paid, he already knows where you're at, go out there and go get you again. And we let it go. You were shown mercy, and you didn't take it. You were full of hatred. Devil got in your head and said, how dare he send a process server to your front door for touching his copyrights. You know how backwards that sounds today. How dare I go and file with the CCB for you touching my copyrights, my work, and using it the way you want to use it for it? How dare I? Pretty sure the devil told you that. Can't let him get away with that nonsense at the end of the day. You got to go on YouTube. You got to show him that you're scared. Don't back down. Yeah, he tells you that one. That's a good one right there. That's another good one. You're not scared. Don't back down. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. And so and so and so. You know what he's going to do? He's just going to basically realize there's nothing he can't do. No, you just gave us a ton more evidence to come at you even harder now. And the devil knows that. He's probably sitting back telling the other demons, like, look what I'm going to get him to do. I'm going to talk to him and get him to commit more crimes on top of the crimes he's already doing. So that way he can get more jail time, so I get more alone time with him. Now, that's what he did to you. And he kept playing that game with you, that same game. Once he finds a little niche in there that he can get to you on, he's going to keep on it over and over and over again. Because he knows he can get you on that. He can control you on that. Get him more, do even more dumb stuff. Let me get him to touch that copyright and that one over there and get him to send pictures out and carry on and act up. Man, I got this guy control. Pocket all day long. That's the devil talking to his other demons about how he owns you. And the Lord's out there telling you every day. I'm pretty sure the Lord came to you and said, don't do that. You know that's wrong. Don't do that. You do that, you're going to get yourself in some trouble. You got a family right now to take care of. Don't get involved in that. The Lord will come and talk to you over and over again. Don't stay away from that. Leave that alone. And here come the devil on the other side talking about, oh, you can't let him get away with that. Who's he going to let him get away with that? You got to show it today. You're not afraid of him. You're going to do what you got to do at the end of the day. And you listened to the wrong one. That's what you did. And now the wrong one got you in a situation where you're in a really bad situation. Because this man's going to end up, if he don't get his act together, he's going to end up spending the rest of his life in an American prison cell for a very long time. These charges are extremely serious, very serious. And you go ahead. You take that for a joke. That let the devil get in your head again. And you go out and you post pictures. All those pictures we have, there's defamation lawsuits. That's also cyber crimes. Every time you post a picture against me, that's a cyber crime. So every time we take a picture and we document it, take a picture of it with the camera, and we go to Allentown Police Department, we file a cyber crime against you. That's a docket number. It gets loaded into your file, and it has a picture scanned next to it of each time we had the file. And the judge you're going to see pretty soon is going to be the one that's going to see that document. All those documents. Because every time they update that document, they're going to contact me and they're going to ask me. Remember, I got to fill out all that information, and I have to make sure fill everything out to the best of my knowledge to make sure I'm telling the truth. Because they don't want anybody there lying on people at the end of the day. So they're going to call me in. And I got to be to back all that up, which we can. Now watch his channel. Watch him carry on. He's like Pharaoh. He's going to get crushed by that ocean. Yep. Once you're over there, that's the end of it. Devil automatically knows. He says, hey, I got one. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. They tried to. They tried to turn him around. They tried their best to turn him around. He didn't listen at all. He was only listening to me. I got him. He should be here shortly. I'm going to pick up what belonged to him. And then, Mr. Fernando, you are going to scream your brains out. Because you're going to see things over there on that side that not on the heavenly side of all beautiful things and glory of God. No, you won't see that. You're going to see something else. You're going to see the things that even nightmares are afraid of. You're going to see the things that talk into your ear. You don't want to see those. And that's where you're heading. And you're going to see them forever. Eternity. It'll never, ever end. You'll see them forever. Not only that, the torment and pain you'll go through. And it talks about purgatory in the Bible. It talks about the guy, the rich man and the poor man. The rich man went to hell and the poor man went to heaven. Now he was suffering. He was so thirsty. He was suffering from the heat and the pain over there. He just wanted the poor guy to just take his finger and just dip it in the water just to put a little bit on his tongue. Can you imagine how much torture you must be in to just think that just a little bit of water, just a dab on your tongue will bring you so much happiness? Yeah, that's what you're facing. And you can look at it and say, well, you're just trying to scare me. Yeah, you should be scared. Look who the heck you're having conversations with. You're having conversations with the devil. You should be very scared. If that thing were to pop up in front of you and show you his true form, you would basically pass out. You would die. You couldn't handle it. That thing is supposed to be beyond hideous. I couldn't imagine. I don't even want to know at the end of the day. I don't even want to imagine. I don't care. I don't even want to know about it. Period. At all. Never. Ever. Hope I never see it ever. Thank God that my Lord protects me every single day from that. I've seen demons of him. I've seen those before. I never, ever, I'm so happy at the end of the day, Lord's always around me to protect me from that. Scares me half to death that I was out in those streets following that thing at the end of the day. I was following those demons, listening to what they had to say. Oh, I'm so glad, I'm so happy the Lord has protected me through all of that craziness. And the fact that he had enough mercy, even when I denied him multiple times and said nasty things about him and everything else he could possibly think of, he still was there by my side to make sure that I made it through to get saved. Even when I denied him. Oh, that's one crazy looking fish. Yeah, God's work at the end of the day. But as I said before, he did all the stuff I did. I did some crazy stuff, and he still accepted me. He still took me in. That's merciful right there. That's God right there. He can save anybody. He could even save Fernando. He saved me at the end of the day. He can save anybody. But you gotta want to be saved. That's what that comes down to. You gotta want to be saved. If I tossed that Bible and I got mad and said, man, these people snitched on me and they got me locked up and it was their fault at the end of the day and it's the judge's fault. He had no business talking to me that way. He don't know who I am and this, that, and the other and da, 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 and da, da, da. And I'm not taking this Bible. What did God ever do to me? He didn't do nothing for me. He got me in this situation. No, I got myself in that situation. That's why I come to that realization. I did this to myself. God tried to tell me multiple times to walk away from it. I'm too hard-headed and got to be in big man mode all the time. I did this to myself. But no, he could have twisted my mind up, and I could have flushed that Bible down the toilet. Then where would I have been? A 40, 80-year prison sentence, and I'm here right now having a conversation with you right now. Yep. Now, people think at the end of the day that I'm embarrassed by that. I'm not embarrassed by that. It's my testimony. That's how I found God. That's how I got saved. I tell everybody that story. Any person I do business with, the people here, I tell them they're Christians here. I told them at the end of the day, yeah, that's how I ended up getting saved. I went through the prison system. That's what happened. I committed some really bad crimes. I didn't kill anybody, thank God. And probably would actually have me do it, but yeah, I'm thank God I didn't get to that point. And that's how I got saved. I'm not ashamed of that. That's how I found God. I'm proud of that. I'm proud at the end of the day that I finally found the Lord, but I had to go through some jacked up stuff to do it. But yeah, I was hard-headed and didn't want to do things my way, so I had to learn the hard way, and that's how I went through. Am I proud of things I did? No. I was really stuff I did at the end of the day. Not proud of whatsoever. That was horrible stuff I did. But other than that, I'm glad that the Lord took the time out to put me through all that to begin with. All that I had to go through in order to me to wipe everything away for me to get saved. And I had to go through that twice. Because again, money got in the way of one of them. When I got out and I got saved, I was with the Lord. I was a young Christian. The devil was on me left and right. He was on me with women. He was on me with money. He was on me all the time. Mind you, got out of lockup. None of my clothes are new. Everybody got new clothes on. So that pressure to make money and have money at a rapid pace. And little jobs they have at the end of the day don't give no money. At the end of the day, I don't know, had jewelry, gold boom boxes, and big sneakers and all that crazy stuff. That's a lot of money. I can't make that money that way, working some job. So I started doing some things I know I shouldn't have been doing. And I knew I shouldn't have been doing. The Lord was telling me over and over again, you're in a bad situation. Get out, get out, get out. But that money got me caught up in that world. And I walked away from the cross for one thing, 2 years. 2 years I walked away from the cross. Yeah, and I could feel that calling. Every time I walked past the church, it was like this magnetic pull was telling me, you belong here, you belong here. But then I look at the clothes and all the stuff, the material stuff, and I thought, nah, I ain't trying to live that life. I'm okay right here. I mean, I'm not doing anything too bad. You know what I mean? I'm trying to sum it up to being, it's not as bad as it is, but it was really bad. It was extremely bad. I was messing up. And the change started coming back. And I started carrying on and getting a little trouble here and there. Yeah, the devil was basically getting back what belonged to him. And sooner or later, my mom got tired of the whole thing and she moved. When she moved, I was the only one in the house. She left all my stuff in the house and she just left. And she got tired of me. I was doing too much. I was arguing with her, fighting with the family, carrying on. I went from a man of God going right back to my old ways all over again. And when she moved, there's nothing in the house, just myself upstairs. So what I'm going to do, I'm depending on her to live in her house instead of being a real man, getting out my own place. I'm depending on her. So I sold all my stuff because what am I going to do? I can't be there. She reminded you, I told you my mom lived in housing authority. That's how we know all that stuff. That's why I know Mr. Williams very well, his story, because again, I lived in a place like that. And we lived in housing authority. So can't be there. I gotta go. They're gonna come in and refix the place up and somebody else is gonna be there, so I gotta go. And I ain't got no place to go. Because I didn't plan, didn't save any money up. All that money I was making, I was blowing as fast as I was getting it because I had it like that. But I got nothing now. What am I gonna do? My mother left. I'm of age. I'm of age. I got out of jail. I'm definitely of age. And I got to figure to do. So I went down to the guy down the corner. He buys stuff from people at the end of the day. And I sold all my stuff. Now, I get a lot of money for it? No. I got some money for it, but not as much as I could have got for it. But it was something better than nothing. And I basically slept out in the park the first night. You know what I mean? And then after that, I got called one of my family members up that I got nasty with. And they were Christians and, thought my life was better than theirs. And asked them if it was possible if I could come down and stay with them for a little bit. And they said yes. They're forgiving. So I went down there and I stayed on the couch for a while. And I decided that I got to change my life. Things got to change. I'm working with them, reading the Bible more, getting back to my life where it should have been. And I left all that behind. All that lifestyle, left it all behind. Came back up, left the neighborhood, got myself a small little rented room with busting suds, saved up my money, got a nice little spot after that, and moved on. And stayed with the Lord. And that's why I don't obsess with money. Because money costs me my soul. Not only that is, the thing about it, I'll never forget, the more stuff I buy, the emptier I became. I could buy brand new sneakers, I buy freaking jewelry, whatever freak I wanted, because I was making good money, but it just never could fill that void. That emptiness was always there. Like that longing to be with Christ, longing to be in the church, longing to be around fellow Christians. It just was just there. I couldn't feel it no matter how much I paid for whatever. The happiness didn't last long. I went back to that depression. And that's when I realized, when you get to that point in life, you realize that money is not everything. It isn't. It's not everything. God is more important than that. It's way more important than that. So that's what I realized, and that's why I don't chase money. I don't care for it. I mean, it's here. It's good to have for the things I need, but whatever the Lord blesses me to have, that's what I have. That's it. I don't go into, I have this crazy technology, yeah, and I could make a lot of money. I can get super rich off of it, but it wasn't my time to have these things yet. I wasn't ready for them. If the Lord had gave me this technology when I was younger, I'd have killed myself with it. I'd have self-destructed. If he had gave it to me any other time, I would have self-destructed. Now, there is parts of me of being a Christian I don't like. The bragging part. That's the part I don't like. That's the part I don't like about myself, and this is why I delete videos. Because I hear myself in there talking about, oh, we got the most powerful screen paint and blah, da, da, da. And I hear myself talking like, oh, man, what are you doing, man? You're messing up, man. You're not supposed to be talking like that. You're supposed to be humble. This is a blessing from Christ. You can't be talking. I ridicule myself. I put myself constantly under magnifying glasses all the time. I don't let myself slide for nothing. So I have to catch myself when I say, oh, we're going to go get these paints, or we're going to do that. No, you can't do any of that. You can't do that. You can't. That's somebody's business at the end of the day. They can be being blessed by God. You cross across that. Look at the nonsense you can get yourself into. Leave alone. Now, as for sending our stuff down to him, yeah, because he's attacked the company multiple times. To out him for what he is, for what he did to my blessings, and try to take away our blessings at the end of the day. Yet out him. For anybody out there that's making great paint, minding their own business at the end of the day, to go out and viciously go toward their company and knowing you can take out their, that's wrong. You can't do that. And I have to constantly remind myself, you can't do that. You know that's wrong. You can't do that. You know that's wrong. And then the devil coming like, oh, but you got this high power technology. You could basically do whatever you want to do, and nobody can stop you. Yeah, there you go. And then you hear me talking like that. Yeah, that's still speaking to me. That's when I have to basically, things happen behind camera you don't know. Yeah, there's things that happen to me behind camera. I get a sharp pain up in my chest sometimes. I can't breathe at one point. I feel like I'm about to pass out. That's the Lord telling me to cut it out. Yep. Yes, sir. It happens to me behind camera. It happens all the time. And if I do something stupid, the Lord will let me know I'm doing something stupid. And that's a beautiful thing too. On top of that, the Lord cares that much about you to scold you to keep you from going down that path. Yep. One time I was talking about something about the Leviathan, oh, we had to change that one. That had to go definitely. But we had another one about taking out all the other screen paints, and in the middle of the conversation, I couldn't breathe. Like I literally lost breath for a couple of minutes, and then it came back, and I was like, okay, I understand. Bring it down. I got you. I understand. Yeah. Lord put me in check. It's one thing to back your product up against somebody who's trying to take out your product. You're supposed to do that. You're defending your product. But when you get to a point where if you know you have a technology that you have that pretty much can knock out other screens extremely easy, and to take that technology and to take out a screen, somebody else's company, that's kind of wrong. Can't do that. Nope. Can't do it. Because then you're being a bully. That's what you're doing. And that's why videos go missing, because I'm unhappy with the video. Like, you shouldn't have said this, shouldn't have said that, you know what I mean? You gotta get rid of it. You can't do it. You can't use it. You can't put it up there. There you go. So even I myself have to put myself under check. No Christian on the face of the planet is not going to go unchecked because they serve God. You are going to go you're going to go definitely going to be checked because you do know God. That's how that works. I'm over here staring at this. This is what I'm staring at. I'm looking at this thing right here. I've been playing around with this thing all day. This is what I'm staring at today. If I can get it there in there. This is what I'm staring at. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, so we got some crazy ideas for it, but we'll get to it sooner or later. I'm sitting there just staring at it. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, so yeah. You got to get his life together. He's too old. He's 49 years old. Yeah, playing a game should not be playing. That's not the game to play. Is that a snail? I tell you, I watch all these different fish on here. It's amazing that God made every single one of these fish, and each one has their own type of DNA and whatever attached to them, and the way they think, their habitat, all that. These fish are like, it takes science. Like a scientist could spend his entire life studying one set of fish, and he still wouldn't even understand them. Imagine how amazing it is that you made all that. Even down to the coral reef, everything. That shows you the intelligence of God. And you got some people out there believing in the Big Bang Theory. Good luck with all that, by the way. I've never seen an ocean explode and a whole bunch of fish pop out like, never heard that before. Well, I'd say that, Mr. Fernando, because again, I think you think at the end of the day that I hate you. I do not hate you at the end of the day. Again, I don't give the devil that luxury. Why in the world would I want to go through that? I've done that already when I was 16. all that bitterness and hatred all bottled up inside and all that anger. No, I'm good. I don't want that ever again. Ever again. That's how the devil feeds on you. That's how he basically lives in your home rent free. That's how he gets in. And if you could see the things that are sitting around you, especially, I don't even want to think about the things that are watching you when you sleep, you'd be terrified. Because you invite those things into your home. Anyone who basically is bottled up by hatred and anger, hey, you invite them in. They walk right on in. Angels can't be around that hatred. Angels can't be around evil and all. They can't be around that. So if angels can't be around that and they can guard you from the devil, and the devil can be there, you got some problems. Because you're going to need those angels to guard you from what just walking your house or sitting outside your house watching you. If you're full of hatred, that's not going to work. Oh, swordfish. Swordfish. Oh, these are not bendable. Are they going to give me an out curve screen? Invisible out curve screen. Hi, people. So we clear all that up, because I know he's out there ranting about me being a racist person at the end of the day. Ah, man, I swear, he just let the devil just runs right through him like cream course through a goose. He just does not, basically. I feel sorry for him. The devil's going to kill him. He is. He's going to kill him. He better get his act together. He's going to collect. He is definitely going to kill him. Because again, I can't explain it to you enough, Mr. Fernando. That's his job. His job is to take you off this earth as fast as he can. So that way, there's no room for you to be saved. However way he got to do it, he's going to try to figure a way to do it. And meanwhile, in between all that, you're on borrowed time. So no one's promised to be here forever. We're not promised that when we leave out the door that we're going to come back. That's not promised to us. It is promised to us that if we did accept Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior, we're going to make it to the kingdom of heaven. That is promised to us. If you haven't accepted that at all, and you're still going out and doing the things that you're doing, and you got two things. Or the Lord's going to call back what belongs to him, or he's going to get what he wants and finally finish you off. You can sit there and laugh about all that. When he comes into our channel, you can laugh about all that and say this, that, and the other. No, mind you, he takes his hand like this and you start speaking. That's what he does. He uses people like puppets. And the same thing you just said out of your mouth, that, oh, this, that, and the other, I'm not afraid of, yeah, he just told you that fast, that quick. Get the trash can. Get this stuff off into the trash. What time we got here? Let me see. What time we got here? That's why I paid him. So a giant screen came in halfway to the screen because the time is on the other side. Oh, it's 7:47. Man, we're here fully lit on this. Yeah, time waster, people. I told you before, the devil is a time waster. Mr. Fernando, you went through all that, right? All that stuff you did against my company, went through all that, right? What's happening with my company? We're not losing anything. We haven't lost any business. We have all new technology for the 2025 and 2026 era. I'm in an office now. I can have people come over and check out our products and all that cool stuff. And I mean, I'm actually in the office. I'm actually running my business, and I got people to support me, and everything's working well. And you're in a bad situation right now. It hasn't gone well for you. So you look at this one you've been serving all this time, the one that's been calling you to do all this nonsense, and you've achieved nothing at all, period. Not a thing. Whatever he was sending you out to go do and your little followers at the day, you achieve nothing. Mm-hmm. Water on fire. Yeah. Achieve nothing at all, period. What do you think you're gonna do? Your devil's gonna tell you to attack a Christian and you were basically at the end of the day gonna prevail? No. That's not gonna happen. What kind of God would he be at the end of the day if you let the devil attack us and hurt us and try to destroy us? We go to him for protection. So there's no way in the world you can touch me at all, period. There's nothing you can do. You serve the devil. The devil can't touch me. You can't touch me. The devil can touch you. That's the problem you have. That's the big problem you have. The devil can touch you. That's what you got to be concerned about. I was looking at this right here. This would make a great display right here. I got to figure out how to do that on a different level. You have to build a different stage for that thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. He can touch you. Right, let me get down. Ugh. So happy. Found t-shirts. What you doing in that little corner like a little donut, like a little croissant? In that corner like a little croissant. What you doing in that corner like a little croissant? Taco. 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 What you doing in that corner like a little croissant? All rolled up like a little croissant. In the corner like a little croissant. What you doing in that little corner like a little croissant? Croissant. Over in the corner over there like a little croissant. What you doing in that corner? Over there thinking. Always thinking. I'm gonna put the birds on for you. You wanna watch some bird TV? I don't know if you meant. I got you for some cat TV. Some cat TV for them. I ain't watching that thing. Most likely I'll be on this monitor over here. Let's see. What's the keyboard for this thing? Cat TV. Now, would I like to see Mr. Fernando go to hell and burn forever? No. I don't want to see anybody go to hell and burn forever. That's why I tell him these little things. At the end of the day, man, you got to turn your life around. Hopefully he'll listen. If he doesn't, man, it's no, he don't want to know the outcome of it all. Trust me. The tackle. 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 Do it in there, you. Look, tackle. Look. It's on the board. Look at the mousey. What kind of mice are these? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, look. Here he come. Here he come. What? You climb on there and you can't mess it up. What in the world? Where'd he come from? Where'd he go? Where'd he come from? I keep forgetting about his TV shows. Wait. Where's it go? You know how many views these people make for these videos? They make a lot of views, man, for these videos. I had that backyard. I had all those different types of birds and stuff that was landing out there. Hawks, the whole 9 yards, everything out there. I never thought to put a camera out there and record and have cat TV. But then again, if I did think about it, chances are I was buried in work anyway and didn't think about it. That's what I'm talking about. All that negative energy, put to something positive. You know, you feed, put a little feeder out there, and squirrels will come out there. And if they know there's always going to be food out there, they'll keep coming out there. And then they'll bring others with them at the end of the day, which is pretty cool. And you get out there and record that. And you get them out there for a good amount of time out there eating. They relax and comfortable out there. You post it. People will have, just like this, I have my cat watching this. Do something productive with that negative nonsense. Learn to shut the devil down. But you keep on entertaining them. And again, it's going to get bad for you. Alright, people, I gotta go. I got it. Well, we learned something from this at the end of the day, but I gotta go. Thank you all and God bless.